Well, congratulations on the new role. You must be absolutely delighted to take up this new post.
Yeah, cheers, Matt. Obviously, the last few months have been a bit hectic. I've gone from 18's coach, obviously moving up to Jack's role with Jack and Eki moving upstairs. So yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity for me, and really looking forward to it and excited.
In terms of roles and responsibilities, will this be a big change for you?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously academy manager, I've got more of an eye. Obviously, a lot will be on the football side, right through from on the rates right up to the under 23. So yeah, the players who we bring into the building, the culture which we set, the environment which we give these young players, and obviously they're all coming in with a dream and a hope of obviously playing in our first team. So hopefully I can set that standard and do as well as obviously what the last few years Jack has really drove it forward. So hopefully I can help implement that and hopefully push it on.
You mentioned Jack and the work that's gone on over the last couple of years, and people before him as well. I mean, it's a tough act to follow, but they've left you with plenty to work with, shall we say?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, I've been here a long time, been part of the club a long time. I've seen a lot of good young players coming through, right through from Kyle, Harry Maguire, and obviously Billy playing the first team now. They've had some great coaches along the way. They've had some really good academy managers, and obviously last year, Jack's come in. We've had a few. Jebison's obviously scored in the first team, striker. So, yeah, it's a hard act to follow, but hopefully I can help continue the good work. Obviously, Dave just put in over the last 10 years and continue producing footballers for this football club, which it always has done.
You've talked about your time here, obviously, as a player and a coach. You feel like it's a natural progression now to go up and step up to academy manager role?
Yeah, well, as natural as you can get, really. Obviously, I've been in Sheffield a long time, as everybody knows. I've been at Sheffield United a long time, as everybody knows, and it's a club that I've got a really good connection with. I've got a really good feeling and bond with, and I know the club's DNA inside out. It's familiar with mine, and it's I went from playing into coaching and into the 18s, whereas coaching, like anything, I've always put 100% into what I've always put myself into, and just see how I progress from there. And unfortunately for me, I've been given a lot of opportunity at this football club to progress in my coaching, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. And like always, I'll give 100%, but the most important thing is that my 100% affects these young players and helps them come through.
In your time here, how have you seen the academy progress? It just seems to be that there's always been a really good production line here at Sheffield United.
Yeah, of course. I think I've always produced players. I think it's the environment. I think it's not just it's the city, it's the expectations of the players. We've had good coaches, and we have good coaches in now. We've got good staff, and I think everything that comes together helps these young kids come through. And I think that if you ask anyone outside Sheffield United, I think it's one of the best product lines of young players in the country, and that includes obviously Cat 1 club. So I think we've got a great reputation, and as I said, I've got a real passion hopefully to enhance that.
And you mentioned the likes of Jebison. We saw Karen Gordon play for the first team yesterday. A couple of the lads on the bench, Will Asula, Joe Starbuck. The future looks really bright at the moment.
Yeah, we've got some real talent in here, and obviously Kyron, who's in the youth team, and 23s with Eki, went in, done really well yesterday. We've got Will Asula on the bench, obviously Joe, like you mentioned, and we've got some real top young players underneath that. We had a lot of young players around the last season on the bench, and Eki, obviously being around the 23s, knows every player, knows what he can do and what he can't do. So I think as well, watching them train and that, and young players at the minute, they really feel that they've got an opportunity here and a chance, especially with Eki and Jack up there, who've coached them and obviously have good relationships with them as well.
Not just talent on the field, off the field as well. You've got some really good coaches and some more exciting appointments to come as well.
Yeah, obviously we've got Adi Bootroyd's coming in. He's going to be a bit of a mentor, helping. I think personally for myself, it's going to be brilliant, feeding off his experience, not just as a coach, but as a manager as well when he played. But he's been around recently with England. He's had top young players, probably the best group of English players they've had in years. So I can feed off that. Obviously Mickey Collins is going to come in as the under-23 coach. Mickey obviously managed before, he's played the game, he's the top coach, and he's as passionate about coaching and helping these young kids as much as I am, which is first and foremost for me.
And how important finally is it to know that there's that pathway there, down from the directors through to the first team, that there's, you know, a real emphasis on bringing players through here at Sheffield?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think without having an opportunity, you can't really, everything blocks at some stage. So right from the board down, I think there's an onus and really to produce players, and with that becomes pressure. But that's what this game's all about. We've got a group of talented players that are expected to have a good chance and give them the best opportunity to come through here. So it's an exciting time, and we're really looking forward to it. And hopefully that we can produce. The best thing for me is like Sheffield United, being here a long time, they love to see young kids come through, and especially when it's one of their own Sheffield kids. So that's my main aim and main drive, and hopefully they can fulfil the career that they've dreamed of, really.